It's Friday. You've just about made it to the weekend. I'm meteorologist Ryan Hoke with a quick edition of this Hokey video blog. Wanted to share with you some insight on the heat that we're going to be having this weekend, how it's going to affect some of the events going on across the region, and of course, those storm chances as well. This is typical August weather, but we certainly could have used some of the cooler weather we've had in previous weeks with all that's going on this upcoming weekend. Let's break it down for you right now. On our Storm Tracker 3D radar, you see that we did have this little boundary come through, and it was that little thing right there that moved on southward on radar. This was an outflow boundary, basically a rush of cool air from the storms we had up toward the Indianapolis area earlier today, this morning. Now, this boundary down here could spark some more showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, but at the rate that it's moving south, that would probably be in our very southern tip of our counties if that were to happen. In other news, we've got still the boundary up to our north, a cold front that's going to be moving through as we go throughout the next 24 hours, and that as well could spark just a very few isolated showers and thunderstorms, not only this afternoon, but this evening and through the day tomorrow. We are still under that heat advisory. In fact, it's going to start here as of this recording in about 35 minutes at 2 o'clock Eastern. This extends through Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And this is when the heat index gets above 100 degrees, and I think we might top 104 or 105 as we go throughout your Saturday. That's going to be hot and sticky, unlike we've seen this season so far. This is our first heat advisory for the season, too, by the way. You can see really easily where this frontal boundary is snaking right along here at this point, where those storms developed overnight. They had flooding issues just north and east of Indianapolis overnight. Thank goodness we did not have those here. I think we are just too far south of this boundary really to have that problem. Still some ongoing showers up in central Illinois right now. Those are expected to stay up that way. You can already see some renewed development, though, with this front in the foothills of the Appalachians there in West Virginia. Outside now, kind of a hazy, muggy, gloomy day, if you will, out there. Not a whole lot of sunshine, but we're certainly seeing some peaks across the area. Temperatures, they're in the 80s, 86 in Louisville, 85 in Corydon. I still think we'll make it well into the 90s here over the next few hours. We still have a few hours of heating yet to go. Here's how Futurecast plays out. It's got a pretty good handle on what's going on now, although the severity of the storms to our north is way overplayed here on Futurecast. That's something to note. I think it's overdoing it a little bit, the current situation. But as we go into this evening, could see a few showers and thunderstorms pop up here and there. Notice how temperatures at 90 here at Louisville, 90s to our south. A few breaks in those clouds to the south will certainly create some instability for these scattered to isolated showers and storms this afternoon. And as we go throughout 10:30, those mostly die off. Might be left with a shower or two overnight. I've kept us under 20% of a shower or storm overnight. And you'll notice by the early morning tomorrow, could have some more of those moving through with that cold front. It's kind of a backdoor cold front because it'll be coming from the northeast to the southwest. That's why we call it a backdoor, because most cold fronts come in from the northwest going toward the southeast. So maybe a shower tomorrow morning, not a huge deal. Most of us are going to stay dry, and I think that's the theme as we go throughout really the next 3-4 days. Most of us will be staying dry. A few folks will see downpours, lightning, thunder, maybe a wind gust or two. Should stay under severe limits unless we can get a cluster organized together that really tries to ramp up the hail threat, but I think the chance of that's pretty low at this point. Out to our west on your Saturday at 1 o'clock, you'll notice a few storms trying to fire up out there. I do think we'll be under a threat for a few scattered storms as we go throughout your Saturday. That should be the highest storm chance we have over the weekend, is Saturday afternoon. The big story is Touchdown Friday night, starting tonight with football season getting underway across Kentuckiana. It's going to be a hot one with those heat indices in the upper 90s, maybe close to 100 by the time some of those games are starting out. So make sure the kiddos are hydrated, whether they're on the sidelines or on the field. Just make sure that they are getting adequate hydration. Make sure they're staying out of the heat as much as they can. I understand that a lot of folks say, hey, well, heat, August, it's Kentuckiana. That's what we're used to this time of year. But just make sure you take those extra precautions. You will not regret doing that. 80s as we go throughout tonight. There goes that backdoor cold front. Moves through as we go throughout tonight into your Saturday. By Saturday, 8 o'clock, well southwest of here, kind of stalls out over West Tennessee, the very western tip of Kentucky. few of those isolated showers and storms, maybe scattered at best, still around here on your Saturday afternoon and the evening. By Sunday, I think Futurecast may be being just a little too overzealous with this, but some more isolated showers and thunderstorms are possible once again. Temperatures still in the lower 90s, and as we go throughout Sunday night, those die off as well. These are going to be diurnally driven by the sunlight, so as we go into night, they will die off. Here's the heat wave. Here's the latest on it. Notice we're going to be in the 90s from Saturday all the way through Wednesday. Heat index up to 105, lots of water. Keep the pets indoors during the heating of the day, which is between 2 and 7 o'clock in the afternoon. And want to make sure you check those elderly folks, too. Make sure that they have adequate cooling, adequate liquid. Just make sure. It doesn't hurt to check. All right? That's the good news as we go throughout the next week after this one, is that I think it'll be cooler. Not so good news this week because we've got the heat. But cold front will be sweeping through as we go throughout probably your Thursday into your Friday of next week. That'll bring some relief from the humidity and just a little bit of relief from the heat, too. So just hang on. This is standard summer weather. We haven't had a whole lot of it this year, so it feels a lot hotter than it usually does. But I guarantee you, as we go throughout the week after next, it won't be so bad. All right, that's it for now. I'm meteorologist Ryan Hoke.